Hi, this is Annelie. Today I'm going to play around with texture paste. I painted this superwood panel a dove grey color. I used my white and my paint spray and a touch of blue. I've already mixed my polyfiller and my water to a paste. I put a little bit of wood glue in and I colored it with this acrylic paint. So I'm going to put a little bit of texture here in the middle. Now I'm just going to let it dry and then I'll come and work on top of this when this is dry. Okay, this one is dry now, so I wanted to mix the red into this texture paste because I want to make red poppies between on top of these colors. But it's going to turn anyway a pinkish color, so I think I'm going to try and make it with white and then paint it red. It's going to be a little bit more work, but let us see what we're going to do. So I'm just going to make a very basic poppy. I think I'm going to make 3, so let's just see. I don't want to put them on the same height. I want to make one there, and one here, or something like that. I will see. Maybe I'm just going to make 2. I'm not sure at the moment. I'm going to make them open. It's going to be a struggle for them to not be open. I will take my bamboo skewer and just clean them up a little bit more. And if they don't turn out like poppies, then it's fine. Then they will just be something else. So I'm not gonna worry about that part. So that I've learned a long time ago. I just go with the flow. So they can be what they want. I don't mind. Just want to make it a little bit more uneven. And although they don't look like much, I think they will look nice when we start to paint them. Just want to give the little hearts a little bit of texture. Just pressing the back of my stick into the texture paste. And just making a more of a center for them. And that's that. I'm going to leave it to dry and then I will be back to paint on top of them when they dry. Okay, this is dry now, so I'm going to use a little bit of my green that I've got on my palette. And I just want to make the stems. Remember, it is not easy to paint on such a textured board, but much easier to paint on a flat board. I'm just going to put a few extra stems here. I just want to make maybe a few leaves. I'm not sure where. Yeah, I think that's enough for now. Just gonna highlight with a little bit of my lemon yellow that I've also got here in my palette. I think that's enough. I wanted poppies to be bright red, but I'm going to use my crimson to just wash a color on top of everything to make it slightly darker, and then I will highlight with my red. So you can even, if you like, put a little bit of green into your crimson and a little bit of water, and just make sure. I just want a little bit of a shadow part where the poppies are, so I'm just going to need to go in all these areas. I don't want to bore you with this, so I'm just gonna put this on fast forward it, and I will see you when I start to highlight this, because I just want to put a wash of my crimson on this first to go into all these little valleys and stuff. Otherwise you're going to sit with this white patches. You can see it like everywhere, and it's going to take a little bit of time. So see you when I've covered this. Okay, I actually went a lot darker than I thought initially I would, but I think I will like the contrast. And then I think I've gone everywhere. You know, you must just check. Oh, there I've missed a spot. It's so easy to miss a spot. It's almost dry then, and then I think I'm just going to use my finger to dry brush this areas. Okay, I've taken out a little bit of cadmium red hue and cadmium yellow deep, and I've got my crimson that I used to wash this with. I'm going to take it on my finger. I just want to finger paint today, so I'm just going to put it into some areas where I want it to be a little bit darker, like maybe around the little heart. You can use a brush as well, just use it flat, and then it just pick up, you know, the tops, and it doesn't go into the areas where you maybe don't want it to. But I like to use my finger. I know some people say it's not nice to use your fingers, but I like it, so I'm just going to do it. This is a little bit wet, so I need to try and work softer. I'm just going to highlight now with my red. all the areas that I think is in front are the areas that's in the back. And I'm going to take a little bit of this yellow and just put it in with my red into the areas where I want to highlight it a little bit more. I'm just going to put a little bit of my white onto that area inside the... Now I've picked up a little bit of red, so let me just finish this first. I'm just going to highlight some other areas a little bit more. I've taken my cadmium orange and that same deep yellow that I've got. My red is still wet on the board, so it still blends in a lot with the yellow, and the orange still blends in a lot with my red. So I've taken a little bit more of my yellow. I think that's enough. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would love to see you next time, and I hope you learned something, and you must have a wonderful day.